Yeah, so Bill's Custom Concrete and Drainage, company that's been around a long time here serving Oklahomans. Actually, Bill Gwynn started it in 1976, building driveways and foundations and just trying to help homeowners protect their foundations and in their homes and give them a quality product at a decent price. And so over the years, that's grown. Obviously, we're almost at 50 years now, right at 50 years this year. And the focus of the company has expanded a lot to basically cover a full water management system is kind of what we give your home. You know, we cover everything from the roof line, which is your gutter systems, all the way down to your foundation, which is what your home is built on. So we have lots of years of experience, and we have a full holistic understanding of how water does affect your home and the drainage issues that occur, especially here in Oklahoma with our foundational problems with the clay ground and the way that we have builders building out homes and neighborhoods the way they do. There's not a lot of engineering going into that. So anyways, that's who we are as a company. We've just grown our service offering to as simple as the concretes and the foundation to now be everything from the gutters all the way down to in-ground drainage systems, as extensive or as simple as they need to be. And that's pretty much who we are. I mean, we're the best in the business at it, and we've been doing it the longest. There's no one around here that's been here longer than we have. Water is pretty much the most damaging thing we can have to our home, from the very top in your roof all the way down to your foundation and the cracks and the settling, and that makes everything. We can have the systems that are in your foundation for your drainage systems, and your pipes leading your water in can crack because of that. So the water itself coming from the sky, the water that's coming up into your home through our plumbing systems, all of that stuff together can be, obviously it's the most detrimental thing if it's not controlled and it's not managed. And so again, managing just the foundational aspect of it is one part of it, but we realized over the time that, as we came in and we're putting new sidewalks in or new driveways in, or looking at foundational issues on homes, the fact of the matter is that all came from a fact, and the problem occurred from mostly rainwater, right? Or drainage water from someone else's homes up the street, the way the neighborhoods are built. And so we've just basically learned that there is nothing that's more damaging to your home other than basically a tornado coming through and just taking it away, right? So the long-term management of water from the top to the bottom should be pretty much the most important thing you focus on the longevity and long-term structure of your home, the structural stability of it, right? And not to mention mold and all the other things that come along with that you don't usually see because it's behind the scenes, and you don't see it until it's a long ways down the road. So what we've learned is to respect it, and to basically it needs to be managed, like we said, from your roof line all the way down into the ground or above the ground and away from your foundation as effectively and as efficiently as possible. And so we basically have brought in every service to offer that to a customer in-house, and we have experts all around it, and we do it all ourselves now. So we don't even have to worry about everything is up to our quality and our standard and our engineering, and we give you the full system. The reason we brought in all these services is because, of course, over time we realized we can redo this sidewalk for you. We can redo your front porch. We can redo your back porch. We can redo these things. But the reason that it needed to be redone, A, probably because the first contractor that did it might not have done it to the quality that we're going to do it to, which is obviously happening a lot around town. B, there's probably a water management issue. I mean, that's just what it is. When you have a foundational problem in something, a concrete pad or a structure that's put into the ground, there's something underneath there. If the cracks occur and you have leveling issues, there is water getting underneath, and that's a fact. It's getting underneath and it's creating channels, and over time it allows the separation to occur, the cracks to occur, and overall the structural stability of the piece of concrete is gone. So at that point we're basically saying what we were hiring in and bringing in contractors per year on the gutter side of business. We were hiring in extra people to do other drainage that we weren't the experts in quite yet. And so over time we've decided that we can't necessarily control all of the contractors that we bring in to help. We can't control their quality. We can try, but there is a limit to that. So bringing everything in-house has been something that we understand that, okay, now for your sidewalk to stay and for us to give you the warranty that it needs and that we're going to offer you, we have to ensure that the home doesn't have water flowing directly over that brand new sidewalk, causing foundational issues the minute we walk off site, right, with the brand new pad. If we have no gutter system right there and you have tons of rain in these torrential downpours in Oklahoma coming right onto the concrete, right, and we don't have any systems on the side of the house on the sidewalk that we installed on your runner down for your trash cans per se, then that water, A, is just going to hit directly onto the concrete. It's going to eat away at it, and then it just seeps in right down below, right to your foundation. So again, we get the freezing, we get the contracting, we get the super heat in there with the clay in Oklahoma. And these are serious issues with immovable objects that we put into the ground, such as foundations of homes. So again, the full system is that we've just decided that instead of bringing in all these different people, right, we want to give the customer the peace of mind that you don't have to call the different people. You call us, you call Bills, and we handle it for you from there. We are the experts in it. We know what you need from the top to the bottom, and that's as simple as that. One call makes it all. Because of our longevity in the business on the concrete side, we stay really steady and busy on that. But we do see the way the economy's going, the strains that it's having. We definitely see a lot of people that need a lot of work done, that they are hesitant to get done right now, that they struggle to find the justification for the prices that it costs, because our material costs as the providers of the service is drastically going up for everything we buy, from pipe in the ground to the concrete services that we bring on the the trucks, to the aluminum for the gutters, to all of it. And so at the end of the day, we're basically trying to be the best service you can get for a fair and reasonable price. There's pricing all over the place for these type of services. We have a whole lot of people that really don't know what they're doing in this concrete side of the business, that are charging some rates that make people think that that's probably what it should cost, but it's not. There are people that are unfortunately trying to match what people think they can pay for things right now in the industry, and you're not going to get what you need for the quality of that concrete. So it's not an easy answer, unfortunately, right now, because we can't just drop the prices, but there's a happy medium here, and we're trying to be the best quality you can out there, and we're a company that fortunately, we can offer some payment plans for some folks and stuff in that arena for some of the projects. So with Bills, with 50 years of experience doing literally concrete and foundational work, of course, yeah, we've come across the full gamut of work. We've seen some really good stuff that we would happily work with those folks, and are like, hey man, this is great work here, right? And we come and do some work on it 30 years down the road, and we wonder maybe we did that, But in this economy, and with Oklahoma City being such a growing city and so much a large population now, we do have a lot more concrete companies in this city and in this state now that again probably aren't who you want to hire, right? We're not going to name drop here, but concrete and foundational work, right, and drainage work and things in the ground, there really should be qualifications to it that we're required to meet, but we're not, unfortunately. So you, as the homeowner or as the business owner that's hiring someone like us or a competitor, you're on the hook to qualify and say, yes, these people know what they're talking about, right? Or at least talk to someone else who can show you that they know what they're talking about. I think we have an issue right now where there are a lot of sub-quality people out there that can put on a decent look, but might not be doing the right processes and might not be doing the right work from a standpoint of what it really takes to give you a quality product that can last decades, which is what you're looking for in any type of concrete foundational work, right? So here's just a rule of thought on that. Everyone knows how expensive things are either way. So just think about foundational concrete work and how expensive that type of labor and the type of prep and engineering that needs to go in to know that things are level, they're straight. You understand that water's not going to wash something out. If you have a price coming in that seems too good to be true, I'm just going to let you know, think logically about how much time and effort it really will take to get to that work, and understand how expensive everything else is in life. If it's a price that you think is way cheaper than someone else who is quality, then just understand you're paying for the level of quality you're going to get in this industry. I can assure you that, because there are certain costs that none of us can avoid. And so it comes down to how much you're paying the men and the skilled laborers that come and do the work, because it's not something that people do as a hobby. It's a job, it's a profession, it's a very skillful thing, right? And you need to know a whole lot about terrain. You need to know about engineering management. You need to understand, your slump levels. You need to know things about the concrete and how, wet it needs to be. There's a lot that goes into it that a lot of people they don't have that, right? And we do have that, and we guarantee that. So just be careful with who you choose, right? With Bill's Custom Concrete and Drainage being around since 1976, we've talked about, we've seen it all. And as we've created a long-standing relationship with a host of customers and local Oklahomans in this state that trust us, we've been called over the years for many things that technically weren't in our wheelhouse right away. And over the time, we've brought those into our wheelhouse. We've really strived to become a one-stop shop for pretty much anything exterior you can need done to your home within reason, right? And we have agreements and relationships with great business others that can offer the things we don't have. But I digress on that. So when coming from the concrete and then becoming the water specialist that we have, the water management specialist, from the all-inclusive systems, from the gutters all the way down to your foundations, to the concrete, to the drainage systems, to move everything away from the foundations. We've had homeowners, like I said, that trust us for that, and they know how complex that work is, and we give them the warranties and we give them the guarantees, and everything goes as planned. They've asked us, hey, do you know anybody that does fences? Do you know anybody that can help us out with our pergolas? Do you know anybody else that... Yes, we can. And we do all those services now. So we've basically debuted Bill's Construction Services as we're Bill's Custom Concrete. We're giving you a better name for a specific division of the company so that we can focus and make sure you understand that we really are a one-stop shop for pretty much anything exterior you can need on your home, right? And so the beauty and the simplicity you get with that in calling one person to come and one company that can design all of that from the ground up. When I say we do it all, I'm not joking you. We can bring in and we can resod your yard. We do sprinkler systems. We do landscape lighting systems. We do rockscape land systems. We bring in, we can bring in gravel for roads. We literally don't really have a limit to what our capabilities are for exterior services. We build pergolas. We build fencing, we put in the concrete. I mean, we put it all in one in a system for you, right? We can help you design everything from the beauty aspect and the functional aspect, right? From like I said, from your gardens even all the way up to the very top of the home, you know. So that's just why we've, you know, over the years, again, it's just we want to be that person that you call no matter what it is, right? Because we want you to trust us, and if we can't do it for you specifically, I'll get you in touch with somebody that can. So what we're trying to do here at Bill's is not just be a service provider for you. We really like to educate the consumer here, guys. So I'm just going to be brass tacks with you. I mean, probably 70 to 80% of our business comes from us repairing other people's work. And you know, the education that we're trying to teach people probably will hurt that bottom line a little bit, but that's fine because we want the homeowner to truly have, right, or the business owner, however it is, your property needs to have the right work done on it. And we wouldn't be in this business doing it this long and putting our lives and feeding our kids with it if we didn't believe in it. And so we're going to come out here, as you're going to see, we're going to come out with a series here of videos, and we're going to try to educate you folks. We're going to try to give you some real common sense things so that whether you're choosing Bill's or whether you're out there choosing another competitor, which is fine, make sure you're getting a quality person, because even if you go with the cheaper guy, if it's not done right, when it's done the second time, now you're more expensive than the first guy who would have done it right for the right price. So never forget that the work you're having done at this level, this stuff is permanent, and it takes a lot to retake it back out and redo it, right? So we're going to come out with a series of videos. We're going to educate the consumers. We're going to show you guys some how-tos or what-nots and what to ask your contractors, how to qualify these guys when they come on location, right? And the right questions to ask them when they're there, right? And so those are the type of things that will empower you to make sure that whether you have one quote or whether you have 6 quotes for your work, that you're looking at an apples to apples comparison. Because again, I promise you, whether you're talking about even gutters to foundational work to drainage work, everybody's not doing it the same. I can promise you that. So look forward to that, because we really want to empower the customer. We want you guys to understand what you're buying, what kind of warranty you're actually getting. Is it a company that can actually take care of that warranty for you or not, right? But if you don't have that knowledge, you just have to rely on the guy coming to your house. So, right, we're doing this for you guys to have the opportunity to make your own empowered decision on that. So again, Bill's is here for you, but we're here to make sure that if you hire Tom's or whoever's down the street, that, you know, they're doing the same quality work for you also, because that's what we want for everyone. So we get a question a lot of, you know, right now, why do we think the industry has service providers that are giving sub-quality work to folks for prices like they are? And again, we've talked about this a little bit. We've got a population growth happening in Oklahoma, and that brings in a lot of new people looking for new opportunities and businesses. Where we're at is that, again, we've talked about this too, there are no actual requirements. There's no schooling to go through to be a concrete guy, right? There's no requirements for when you have the concrete show up on location and checking the tensile strength of it and all these things. So at the end of the day, what you as the homeowners have to do do is literally qualify your own people here, because there are no standards that are actually upheld by laws or by literally even regulations, right? There's no way for someone to come in and test your foundation for a certain tensile strength without breaking it to know how strong it was. So you're relying on what the person that did the service is telling you it's good for. And a lot of times this stuff will look good for a little while, but it will not hold up over time, right? So the reason that we see sub-quality work is because it can happen, and we live in a greedy world, folks. We all know this, right? And so just like when we see the hail damage happen, everyone that lives in Oklahoma has seen this. Every year we have these hailstorms come in, and then we have out-of-state, out-of-town companies rush in and try to offer roofs for better prices and try to undercut people that have been here doing it for years, right? And maybe you get lucky and get a good roof, maybe you don't, and maybe they don't change your underlayment, maybe they don't do things because they're not there to be called back for warranty work, right? And so unfortunately the same thing is happening here, except that the people aren't necessarily coming in and leaving. They're just not, there's no way to hold them really accountable, to be quite honest. You're going to take them to small claims court. I mean, it's a process. So there is really no way to fix it other than more money out of a homeowner's pocket if they don't choose the right contractor the first time, because this is the most important, most expensive work you're probably going to be doing to your home if you're talking about foundational work and or driveways. It's not cheap stuff, folks. And so you want to make sure you're choosing someone that you absolutely know is going to stand behind that warranty, right? If there is something that goes wrong with it. So, you really can't beat that horse enough, to be quite honest, is that it's up to you as the homeowner to be educated enough to know the right questions to ask and to qualify the people coming out. Look at their work. I mean, if they know what they're doing, they should have a portfolio of work. Like, if you ask us to come see jobs, we can give you more addresses than you can go look at in the next year of your life if you go every day, because we've been doing it here for 50 years. So just highly suggest that you really qualify the people coming out to do this really important work for you. And even if it doesn't need to be us, at least watch our videos so that you're educated enough to make sure you do qualify the people that come out and do the work. And everyone's going to be a happy camper on that. So that's my best advice for the day.